Come in.
Hey, Angelo.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Alan Burns. Nice to meet
to
you.
meet you,
I'm
Alan.
doing well. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you.
Here's one of my business cards. Do you have one?
Not at the moment, unfortunately, no.
Okay. Well, maybe I can get one from your receptionist on the way out.
Yeah,
That'd be
absolutely.
okay?
Sure.
Great. So, I was talking with Robert Fisher the other day, and he told me that you had your business over here and you're doing quite successful, and he thought that it may be a good idea if I would come and just talk to you for a minute.
Right.
Hey.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I was a little reluctant about that. I'm
Mhm.
not crazy about meeting sales guys. I honestly think I'm too pushy, to be honest with you. But
That's perfectly fine. I won't be pushy at all today. I just want to really just identify some needs that you may have,
okay.
and we'll go from there. Does that sound okay?
Sure.
All right. I really do appreciate you giving me this opportunity to come in here and meet with you today. It means a lot. And I was actually reading the other day in the local newspaper that your whole entire business was a Entrepreneur of the Year.
Yeah.
That's quite impressive.
Yeah. And thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations on that. So like I said, I just wanted to collect some information from you. So I just really want to know where you want to take your business. What are some of the goals that you have? And in order for me to do that, I'm just going to ask you a few questions, and we'll go from there. Does that sound okay?
Sure.
Okay, great. So, do you have anything in specific that you'd like for us to cover in today's meeting?
Yeah, the main issues that I'm having is actually payroll.
Okay.
More than anything else at this time.
Okay.
And, trying to find a solution to it.
Okay. Yeah, great. I'll make a note of that. So how familiar are you with ADP?
Actually, not.
Okay. Well, we actually pay 1 of 6 Americans, and we actually like to say that we're in the business really to free up your time and give you the tools so you can really concentrate on revenue-generating activities for your business.
Okay.
So can you walk me through your decision-making process whenever you're looking for business tools for your company?
The first thing is something that's going to be cost effective.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to save money.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
I'm trying to grow my company, so I'm looking to save money everywhere I can.
Great. And does anyone help you with that decision-making process?
No, actually, I'm the sole decision maker there.
Okay, great. So before I came in here, I did a little research on your company, and I found out that you've been in business for 2 years. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. No, Robert said you had 13 locations?
Mm-hmm. That's accurate.
Okay, great. So what I'd like to do here is show you some of this right here. And what we really do is a lot of research. We work with over 600,000 businesses. In order for us to be successful whenever we're doing that, we have to do a lot of research.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were doing that research, we found that there's a life cycle to a business.
Okay.
It's startup, survival, takeoff, and then eventually success. Where do you think Frozen Treats is today?
We're about to take off, to be honest with you.
Okay, great. And where would you like to be?
In the next couple of years, I would like to expand.
Okay. And where I should say what are some of the goals that you have to set in order to reach that expansion?
I need to address my payroll issues.
Okay. Yeah, of course, like you
More
said.
than anything. I mean,
Mhm.
focus on some of the personnel as well.
Okay. Great. And all that research that we do, we actually find that there's 3 main areas that businesses tend to focus most of their time on. And that's with their cash flow, their human resources, and then staying compliant with the tax laws.
Mm-hmm.
Which area do you think you actually spend most of your time in?
Employees, 7 to 10, compliance and wage and laws, I guess.
Okay. And you mentioned personnel earlier, and
Yeah.
actually we found out that 58% of owners' time go into actually human resources. So let me ask you, how are you currently doing your hiring process?
It goes through the managers, and then I make the final decision.
Okay. And how has that been working out for you?
Time consuming.
Time consuming?
To be honest with you, yeah. Absolutely.
How much time do you think it takes?
A couple of weeks.
Okay. And if you could cut some of that time down?
It would be beneficial to all of us.
Wonderful, yeah. And what else could you be doing with some of that time?
Focusing on growing my business.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, do y'all have any employee handbooks in place?
Do not.
Okay. And have you seen any impact from that?
A few issues here and there. Mm-hmm. Being brought up by the managers.
Yeah.
And, something that needs to be addressed also.
Yeah, of course. And since you can't be in 10 locations at once, and you mentioned you wanted to grow your business to even more locations. So how's that going to affect you whenever you don't have an employee handbook for your managers to go to whenever they have questions?
And that's something I'm trying to figure out myself.
Okay.
Obviously, it's a major concern, and that's why I decided to meet with you guys as well.
Okay, great. So if they had one place to go, that could free up some of your time. So where else could you be spending that time?
Again, meeting with different locations and
Yep.
looking for possible ways to increase revenue.
Of course.
And eventually, obviously, expand.
Okay. And so whenever you're using your hiring process, do y'all have any background checks by chance?
It's a small company.
Small company? Okay.
So at this time, I'm not doing kind of background checks.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something that you guys can do. That would be great also as well.
Okay. Yeah. What benefit do you think that having background checks in place would have on your business?
First of all, check education,
Mm-hmm.
work history, and make sure that I'm hiring the right person.
Okay. Great. Now, have you had any challenges since you don't have background checks?
Some issues here and there, but not too much.
Okay.
Not too much. Thank God.
But you'd rather have none. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Great. So I'll make note of that. Now, you mentioned that you're spending a lot of time in your compliance issue as well. How are you keeping up with the current laws?
Not much at all, actually.
Not much.
No.
Do you have anywhere that you go to check those?
No.
Okay. Well, actually, what we find is 7 out of 10 businesses. So 70% of businesses are actually out of compliance today, and 40% of those are actually hit with a fine. If you were one of those businesses, what would that mean to your business?
It wouldn't be good.
Of course.
It wouldn't be good at all.
Mm-hmm. So if you could relieve some of that pain and you had a one-stop shop to go to, would you consider that as an advantage to your company?
Definitely an advantage, of course, yeah.
Okay, great. Now, a big issue now is, of course, the healthcare law.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing to keep up with that?
Good question.
Mm-hmm.
Not much at all either there.
Okay, so you're kind of out in the blue right now, not really understanding
Mm-hmm.
where it's going to be. With so many employees such as you know that's going to really affect your business. If you have 100 employees, the minimum required is 50 right now. So there are going to be quite a few government regulations coming into your business that you may want to be aware of. We're actually going to have a one-stop shop. We have an entire department that we pushed to the side and created just so we can take care of that single issue. And there's quite a few accountants that actually come to ADP because they trust our knowledge so well.
Okay.
If you had one place to go that is going to be responsible for that for you, how would you feel with that?
Yeah, that'd be great. So let me get this straight. So you also help with human resource issues and also payroll too.
That's correct. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get to payroll right now. How are you currently administrating your payroll?
Well, everything is done through the managers.
Mm-hmm.
And it packs over the timesheets, and I do the calculations, and I write everything by hand.
Oh, wow.
Individual checks. So obviously, that's another issue that I'm having and spending too much time on.
Okay. And how much time?
Anywhere between 15 to 16 hours per week.
Wow. Okay. That's quite a bit of time.
Mm-hmm.
And as your business grows and you get more locations and more employees, you think that's going to increase even more?
Absolutely.
Okay. And
Absolutely.
say you could cut that time in half.
Mm-hmm.
You could spend that, increasing the revenue of your company, like you said, and focusing on that growth.
Obviously, here's one of my concerns that I have.
Yeah.
Just the changing
Mm-hmm.
the cost.
Okay.
How
Yeah,
much
of course.
it's going to be for me.
Okay.
If I decide to go with ADP.
Yeah. Well, how much do you think that it would cost for you to hire an accountant to keep up with the laws for you?
Sure. Yeah. That's a good point. But really, speaking right now, upgrading my system or
Mm-hmm.
changing what I have now to a new technology.
Okay.
I would like to get everything automated,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I also got to think about the cost here.
Yeah, of course. So if you take into account the accountant and you take into the fact that with all these new places, you may need a human resource management
Mm-hmm.
personnel. So how much would it cost you to have a human resource person?
Mm-hmm.
So if you take those two alone, you could pay them. Say we're going low and you paid them $20,000 a year
Right.
per person. That's $40,000. You're going to see cost savings already. We're not going to cost that much, and really what you're going to get for your money is going to be overwhelmingly more than what you're going to pay for.
How do I know ADP is the right company for me in this case?
Okay, so since we only have 15 minutes today, I of course want to come back again and get in more depth. So right now we're just assessing the needs. But what we do is we work with 600,000 companies.
Right.
So we've been quite successful if we have 600,000, and we do a lot of research. So we meet the needs of businesses just like yours every single day, and we're top in our industry. We're very innovative. Forbes actually ranked us as one of the most innovative companies on their innovative 100 list.
Okay.
So we're going to be able to grow with your company, and that's something that you're looking for in your goals. So we're going to be able to grow with you and provide you with the technology and the needs that you're going to have. Does that address that concern for you?
Somewhat, yeah. But it takes me back again to the cost. I mean, how much is this going to be for me? 'Cause I'm trying to save money at the same time.
Yeah, of course. So do you currently have an accountant that you hire, or a human resource personnel?
No, I do not.
No? Okay. What about how much is it going to cost you to get an employee handbook together?
It's going to cost me quite a bit.
Sometimes it can be a couple $1,000s. Whenever you look at those things, and then you look at the price of what we have to offer, and what it sounds like so far is our HR 411 package is going to be a great fit for your company. Whenever you look at that package and what you're going to get, I mean, you're automatically going to save some money, because we're going to give you a lot of your time back, and you're going to be able to concentrate more on growing your business, increasing that revenue, the things that you're looking to do, and reaching those goals that your business wants to achieve. So we're going to give you the tools. So we're going to increase your revenue. It's going to be a lot cheaper than hiring an accountant, a human resource management, getting I think it's $36 per background check. So those rack up. We're going to give you 25 free.
Okay.
And then just the employee handbook. That's a couple $1,000s there. If you look at overall what you're going to get, you're going to see that since we do everything, and we do it for 600,000 companies, you're going to see savings.
Okay.
Does that address that concern for you, or are you still a little concerned?
Yeah. I mean, it's still in the back of my mind a little concerned, but
yeah, of course.
It sounds something that obviously I'll have to look into it and do more research on it.
Okay. Yeah. Great. I definitely am. Go ahead.
So it would be the right decision for me before I make a decision here.
Yeah, of course. And any business person wants to make the right choice. So in order for you to do that, I really would love to come back.
Okay.
That way I can get more into depth about ADP and how we're going to be able to benefit you. So what you're really going to get here for your cost is just the payroll management. You mentioned that you're handwriting all those checks.
Yeah.
That's going to be out the door. We're going to save you time there. We're going to cut your payroll process in half. So you're going to get that time back to increase your revenue, get out there and grow your business. We talked a little bit about the human resource aspect. We're going to be able to do that employee handbook for you.
Right.
We're going to be able to do those background checks, and also we offer some benefits that can make you more appealing for better candidates, so you can increase your revenue with better employees. And also we're going to be one-stop shop for all the government regulations for you. One place that can be responsible for you. So with all this being said, I think it'd be very worth your while for me to come back and just show you what we have to offer and how we can help you. Does that sound fair for you?
It sounds fair. Okay. Everything you put on the table so far sounds really good, and
good.
Again, it's something I will definitely consider.
Okay. Well, could I come back for a longer meeting so I can get more into detail on Tuesday?
I'm kind of booked for next Tuesday.
Okay. What about Wednesday? Does that sound good?
Honestly, the whole week, it's going to be a little challenging for me.
Okay. Well, what about the first of next week? Would one of those days work good for you?
Okay. How about if I give you a call, and maybe I can follow up with you in this case? Okay.
Well, what I really like for you to do is I'm going to leave you with this disc. Talks about what we talked about today and more. Goes a little more into detail. How about I come back by, we'll say Wednesday. I'll give you quite a bit of time so you can look over everything. I know you're quite busy. And I'll stop back by on Wednesday afternoon, and we'll discuss a little more in detail of how we're really going to help you reach the goals that you have. Does that sound fair enough?
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely take a look at on the scan here and see where it goes on the USB.
Okay, great. Looking forward to seeing you on Tuesday.
All right.